My background is Chinese herbology and Chinese medicine, so I'm going to give you some of my trainings in Chinese medicine. When we are mad, there is a new word at A2 grade. We call it energy. We associate with fire. In Chinese medicine, we call it yang energy. Why do we associate fire with anger? Literally, when you feel angry, do you feel your body temperature rises? You feel hot, flushed face, and sometimes even your ears or your eyes might turn red? That is the fire. And the yang energy is associated with bright, fire, heat, day, aggressiveness, man, masculine. Sad is a very good way for release. And we associate with water, which is the yin energy in Chinese medicine. The yin energy is associated with darkness, heaviness, night, moon, feminine, sadness, grief. It is absolutely important for us to have a balance of both feelings. In today's culture, a lot of times we hear the saying that, "Why are you angry? You shouldn't feel angry." Have you heard that saying? Or, "What are you crying about? If you don't stop crying, I'm going to give you something to cry about." I've been married for 23 years. It's absolutely amazing for me to notice and realize that my husband of 23 years, Sam, has never cried a single time in 23 years. I've never seen a single drop of tear. On the other hand, I'm a crier. I cry at anything. I cry at watching movies, reading a novel, hearing a story. I cry when I'm happy, when I'm sad. So I couldn't understand why he never cried. So once I asked him, "Honey, how come you just don't cry?" He said, "Boys don't cry." Really? Who told you you cannot cry? Where did you learn you cannot feel sad? When I was a little boy, I used to cry a lot. And I got teased and really scolded by my parents. They told me to stop crying as a boy. That's when he stopped crying 40 years ago. Can you imagine what happens when you cut off these two feelings? When we are told we cannot cry, we cut off this water supply. What happens with our feeling? We got stuck in this energy, right? We have all this energy building up and no way to release. When that happens, we got stuck in rage. That's when you see a lot of violent behaviors, crimes and bullying and hitting and punching and arguing going on. But if we cannot get angry, what happens with us? We get stuck in this darkness, night, with all the water, but no way to dry it up. So what happens with our feelings? We are stuck in depression. By the way, do you know the biggest reason for depression is vitamin D deficiency. Lack of sunshine. Isn't it amazing how many of our children nowadays are put on antidepressant drugs because they feel depressed? Because they are not allowed to feel their anger. They are not allowed to go outside to experience the sunshine, to exercise, to laugh and feel the anger, to have the freedom to feel all of their feelings. Let them have sunshine. That's the best way to cure their depression. In Chinese medicine, when we talk about fire, it's the organ of liver. Our liver governs fire and anger. So when we don't allow our body to heal, to balance naturally, our liver will be out of balance. That's when people start to feel irritable, angry. Don't you have a lot of energy when you're angry? You just want to stomp, you want to hit, you want to shout, or you want to punch somebody in their face. But that's unhealthy energy, too much. Liver is out of balance. Usually people will wake up between 1 to 3 a.m. in the morning. If they constantly wake up during those hours, it means their liver is out of balance. On the other hand, yin energy is governed by our lungs. So when we have too much yin energy, when we have too much sadness and grief, lungs govern sadness and grief, then we get stuck, and so our lungs will be out of balance. When that happens, usually people will feel really weepy. They want to cry all the time for no reasons, just feel sad. All this water, no way to dry them up. Usually people will wake up between 3 to 5 a.m. because those are the hours of the lungs. Then you know your lungs are out of balance. When your liver is out of balance, you'll be at high risk for heart disease, cancer, high blood pressure, strokes. And when your lungs are out of balance, then it's very easy for you to get cold, flu, asthma, allergies, sinus infection, just any kind of infection. If we think of angry people as mean, we'll cut ourselves off from our anger and get stuck in depression. But is it true that when people feel angry, they're mean? No. Martin Luther King started his greatest movement on the day when he felt the most anger and the most sadness, because he had to bury 21 of his friends before he was buried. But can we say he was mean? No. We feel angry, number 8. We feel angry when we perceive that we've been wronged. Good answer. When we feel we are disrespected. I got angry at my husband because I felt disrespected. He ignored me. But as a matter of fact, he just didn't know how to deal with me, how to communicate with me. Which is interesting because that's also the quickest way for us to make people feel respected. What did I need with my husband? Listen, yes. I just need him to listen to me. I feel respected. And then when he started to listen, my anger just disappeared. In conclusion, we talked about feel all of our feelings, which is really important to keep the balance. In Chinese medicine, we believe in balancing the whole body instead of treating different symptoms. I believe when we learn how to balance our whole body, when we learn how to use all the different feelings, we are going to achieve the optimum health, both emotionally and physically. Thank you.